तो भाई नेक्स्ट मिशन शुरू करेंगे, तो शुरू करते हैं। प्रोसेस व्यू द पॉइंट्स, ओके ओके। प्रोग्रेस ट्रैक उतना फॉलो अप नहीं करते अपन।
What's all this?
Robespierre. He's declared today a festival of the Supreme Being. A paean to the virtue of the nation and the citizens' duty toward it.
Why does that sound familiar?
As far as Templar doctrine goes, it's a loose interpretation.
We'll never get close to him in the middle of all this. We'd best retire and wait for a better opportunity.
Still thinking like an assassin. This time, I have the plan.
Oh? And what would that be?
Think like a Templar.
Amazing! Thought we were supposed to be rationalists now. Vive Robespierre!
Oh, that's lovely.
Bravo!
Vive la liberté!
The Supreme Being ain't called for Robespierre.
Ridiculous
Ollie,
pomp and
my-
Is he
circumstance.
thinking?
What now?
Robespierre is unassailable. He's got half the guard out in force. We'll never get within 10 yards of him.
Just what I said.
But he's not as popular as he was. The Purgers, the Supreme Being cult. If we can discredit him, he's finished.
Massive public spectacle is the perfect venue.
Exactly. Paint him as a dangerous lunatic and his power will evaporate like snow in April. But we'll need some convincing evidence.
I have an idea where to start. You coming?
Meet me after. I have my own arrangements to make.
and virtue issue together from the breast of the supreme being. One cannot reside among men without steel. Generous people, do you want to triumph over all your enemies? Righteous justice and render to the supreme being the only form of worship worthy of this. People, let us surrender to them. Here's what
Face justice like a man!
Like a wooden shadow.
that shall honor the supreme being more. The eternally happy day.
Hey, come on.
The only form of worship worthy of this. People, let us surrender ourselves today under his auspices to the
Les Russes sont chaque jour plus dangereux, c'est bien. Tu es allé retrouver ton créateur.
We shall give the world an example of republican virtue. That shall honor the supreme being more. The eternally happy day.
Je ne passe pas le déjeuner.
Consecrate to the supreme being has finally arrived. Never since the world he created offered him action worthy of his own. He had seen tyranny, crime, and deception reign on earth. At this moment, he sees an entire nation at war with all the oppressors of the human race.
Les Russes sont chaque jour plus dangereux.
In order to raise its thoughts and vows to the great being who gave it the mission to undertake these efforts and the strength to execute them. Did not his immortal hand, by engraving in the hearts of men the code of justice and equality, write there the death sentence of tyrants? Did not his voice, at the very beginning of time, decree the republic, making liberty, good faith, and justice the order of the day for all centuries and for all people? He did not create kings to devour the human species. To harness like true speed to the carriages of kings. Give the world the example of faith, pride, perfidy, avarice, debauchery, and falsehood to the world. He created the universe to celebrate his power. He created men to help and to love him. To attain happiness through the path of purpose. The all-powerful nature brings all mortals together in an immense chain of love and happiness. Tyrants will dare to break it. beasts. Neither did he create priests to harness us like brute beasts to the carriages of kings. Give the world the
Bon, pas besoin d'être la moitié pour comprendre qu'il faut s'en aller.
supreme being has finally arrived. Never. He has seen tyranny, crime, and deception reign on earth. At this moment, he sees an entire nation at war with all the oppressors of the human race, suspend its heroic efforts in order to raise its thoughts and vows to the great being who gave it the mission to undertake these efforts and the strength to execute them. Did not his immortal hand, by engraving in the hearts of men the code of justice and equality, right there the death sentence of tyrants? Did not his voice, at the very beginning of time, decree the Republic, making liberty, good faith, and justice the order of the day for all centuries and for all peoples? He did not create kings to devour the human species. Neither did he create priests to harness us like brute beasts to the carriages of kings, to give the world the example of baseness, pride, perfidy, avarice, debauchery, and falsehood to the world. He created the universe to celebrate his power. He created men to help and to love one another, and to attain happiness through the path of virtue. The author of nature...
Let's see. Incriminating evidence. Incriminating evidence.
Monsieur, as you have been the savior of the Republic, I beg you now to be my brother's savior as well. Even now he languishes in prison, arrested by patriots more zealous in their heroism than careful in their methods. No warrant for André's arrest was ever issued, and yet he remains imprisoned in Saint-Lazare under suspicion. I pray you do not recall my brother's writings in the Journal de Paris, coming as they did from an intemperate poet's heart. Rather, I beg you, if my own humble skills have been even the smallest of aid to our glorious revolution, spare my brother. In his writings I see the burgeoning of France's greatest poet, a light that will shine for all time. Yours, in patriotism, Marie-Joseph Chenier.
Interesting, but not particularly helpful.
In order to raise its thoughts and vows to the great being who gave it the mission to undertake these efforts and the strength to execute them. Did not his immortal hand, by engraving in the hearts of men the code of justice and equality, right there the death sentence of tyrants? Did not his voice,
Monsieur Robespierre,
at the very beginning of time,
take care that you do not allow your personal ambitions to come before the great work. That which we do not for our own glory, but to remake the world into Malay's image. Jamais.
Neither did he create priests to harness us like brute beasts to the carriages of kings. Give the world the example of faith, pride.
That's no help at all.
Debauchery and falsehood to the world. Celebrate his power. He created men to help, to love one another, to attain happiness through the path of virtue.
Merlin, Tallien, Bourdon. These are all deputies of the National Convention. Lists of political figures written in the hand of a man fond of sending his rivals to the guillotine. Yes, these should do nicely.
Liberty and virtue issued together from the breast of the Supreme Being. One cannot reside among men without the other. ourselves today under his auspices to the just ecstasy of pure joy. Shall again come back
C'est passé quelque chose d'important.
virtue, that shall of the supreme being more.
तो अभी अपन इसकी सीक्रेट मालूम कर लिए शायद.
I'm a good guy! Good at smashing, ripping, tearing, and the art of mutation!
Well,
A list of names.
Okay.
50 or so deputies of the National Convention, all written in Robespierre's hand and all opposed to him.
I imagine those good gentlemen would be quite interested to know they're on that list. But first, Monsieur Robespierre brought his own refreshments. Strike the guards, I have an idea.
Distract the guards. Right.
Armed in turn with the daggers of fanaticism and the poison of atheism, they can no more tear the world from us. Armed in daggers of in turn with the daggers of fanaticism and the poisons of atheism.
I'm sorry, mademoiselle, but Monsieur Robespierre doesn't want anyone back.
Disputes our right won't save you! I see your corpse!
People fear no more their sacrilegious conspiracies. They can no more tear the world from people.
Damn it!
It is wisdom, above all. How filthy enemies will try compassionate toward the unfortunate and inexorable. For we must be compassionate toward the good. Generous, compassionate toward the good, and inexorable toward the good. We must be generous toward the good, compassionate toward the unfortunate, and inexorable toward the wicked.
Hey! Oh, still a little bit of justice! Message for you!
I'll squash you like the bloody maggot you are!
Of atheism. They can no more tear the world from
powdered agate. Causes hallucinations. This will make him look mad. Now we have to make him look dangerous.
The list of names.
It must fall into the right hands, anonymously. If our involvement gets out, it'll tip Germain off.
Leave that part to me.
He has returned to nothingness, this monster which the spirit of kings has spewed forth over France. Let all the crowns and ills of the world disappear with him.
Robespierre natters on about freedom and mercy, while thousands go to the guillotine. If Don somewhere allowed to see this, he would choke on his own blood.
We do. All of his heart. The committee stands stands behind him.
People fear no more their sacrilegious conspiracy. They can no more tear the world from the breast of its authors than the remorse from their own hearts. You who are rich, hold up your woeful heads. You can again raise your eyes to the sky with impunity. Generous devotion is not a brilliant folly. The minions of tyranny may be able to assassinate you, but it is not in their power to annihilate you completely.
Look at that strutting popinjay. Cult of the supreme being, indeed.
Again, think well.
What's that?
You can attach your transitory
In your pocket.
to God himself and immortality. Let nature thus regain all its magnificence and wisdom all its empire. The supreme being is not destroyed. Now, whoever you are, again, think well of it. You who are wretched, hold up your woeful heads. You can again raise your eyes to the sky with impunity. Let us depend only on our constancy and our virtue. People, fear no more their sacrilegious conspiracies. They can no more tear the world from the breast of its author than the remorse from the... their own hearts. Let nature thus regain all its magnificence and wisdom all its empire. The supreme being is not destroyed. Let us be serious and discreet in all our devotions, as men who determine the interests of the whole world. Let us be ardent and obstinate in our anger against all attacks, imperturbable in the heat of anger, patient in our work, terrible during setbacks.
Conduct unbecoming me.
That should set things in motion.
What is it, sir?
Unalloyed prosperity.
It is wisdom, above all, that our guilty enemies want to drive from the Republic. To wisdom alone does it belong to consolidate the prosperity of empire.
Being a list of enemies of the revolution.
500 names here.
Robespierre's gone too far this time.
That set the fox in the hen house.
Pity the hens. Now what?
We wait. It won't take long. Once Robespierre has lost the support of the people, it will be no more use to Germain. When Germain abandons him...
He's vulnerable. Let's go.
तो पॉलिटिक्स पूरी ख़राब करके है शायद. ठीक है.
Mes marchandises vous plaisent.
क्या है ये 7 है स्किल्स. तो 7 स्किल्स नहीं काम को आते रहे भाई. 7 नहीं काम को आते. तो मेरे को एक चीज़ होना था. 1 मिनट. अभी अपन को यहाँ पर एक मिशन है वो पूरा करने जाने का है. तो चलो चलते हैं भाई.
Jetez-les sous la charrette! Piétinez-les!
Traitor! You bloody... revolutionaries.
Je ne suis pas un lâche. Mais dès lors que quelque chose ne me regarde
Keep it alive. चलो यहाँ से रेवोल्यूशन स्टार्ट होने वाला है तो वो रेवोल्यूशन कैसा रहता अपन को भी नहीं मालूम तो पहले रेवोल्यूशंस विल बिगन द रेवोल्यूशन